I've been going through this thing lately, where it feels as though I am retrieving every version of myself that I have ever been. I've spent the last year going through this, and right about now, I'm 26, in the present moment, but I'm like retrieving probably about 22, 23-year-old me. The last time it was summertime and I was not medicated, it was 2022. So this is my first summer where I feel a little bit manic, but like I have control of manic me. And it feels good, like I went and saw Lilo and Stitch with my little cousin. It's 6 a.m. right now. I haven't slept. I was up all night, doing work, writing articles, befriending ChatGPT. Look who it is, my good friend Elvis. Oh, of course, and he's in Lilo and Stitch too, or his music is. And Lilo, God bless her, that little girl was a mind freak. And she was herself. Kurt, another one of my friends, I felt him around lately too. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt called to pull out this deck of cards, and I was planning on recording a YouTube video earlier this weekend, but I don't know. I have a little bit of a habit of like dilly-dallying sometimes. Not even dilly-dallying, because I'm like, I joke, like at the start of this year I said like I want to be on my Michael Scott shit all 2025, and I really meant that. Because like all Michael doesn't want to work. But the thing about me when I say I don't want to work is like I don't want to sit at my computer and like clickety clackety. Because for me, like, the work is like healing people, you know what I mean, like helping people like awaken and like talking about spirituality, and like I'm happy, I'm down to clown and do that at any time. But like doing the human work, the whatever. But I make really good money doing what I do, so again, that's why I do it. And then also I think I had a realization, like, I mean, again, my contract is only 29 hours, and it's like I have just had so many things thrown at me lately that I'm like, I can't keep up with this with only 29 hours. So I'm like, I think we need to reset expectations. And like just in me doing that, I'm just kind of like, okay, like these are my boundaries. This is what I'm capable of doing. And if I only have to do this, I can do a really good job of it. But if I am expected to do all kinds of things that I don't have the time to do, and I can't make the time to do it, I guess I'm not willing to work for free. You know what I mean? Like I have better boundaries now. And yeah, I'm getting all kinds of like psychic insights. I don't know, I have like 7 or 8 different videos that I want to make at any given time that I'm always kind of working through in my head. And kind of what we're going to talk about in this video, or like the question I got asked on Tumblr this past week that really, I really liked, was someone asked me like, how do you know you were walking God's path? And like, that's a ginormous question. And I wanted to have a really good answer. And I think my back deck has to be on like a ley line or something, because when I sit out there, I get the most amazing insight. So I've been like ruminating on this question for a while, and it's like I knew what I wanted to say. I point at my heart when I say no, because it's like, it lives inside me. I knew this truth. But it wasn't until, I don't know, like I literally just heard it sitting on my back deck today. You know what I hear? True North, strong and free. It's from O Canada, if you don't know the Canadian national anthem. It's actually really beautiful. I almost cried reading it today. But that is how you know you are walking God's path, because you are following your true North Star. You can use astrology to figure out what this is. It's your North Node is your path of destiny, and then you just like, you analyze your birth chart and you see like where all the other aspects are, and that's just kind of like your cheat codes to life. So anyways, when you follow your true North, it makes you feel strong and free. And then life is easy. And let's use Terry Fox as an example here, okay? So he and actually, I don't know what his North Node is, but I know that he is also a Leo rising Taurus midheaven, right? And so, like, Terry, for example, like, he had cancer. He had to have his leg cut off when he was, like, 18, 18 or, like, between 18 and 20. I can't remember exactly when he had to have it cut off. But anyways, so that was a lot of pain and suffering, right? But like that was his North Node, that was his path of destiny, and like following that, running a marathon every day with only one leg, that made him strong and free, right? So, and it's like, that's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone has to do that, but whatever your north node is, as you follow that, that is what will make you strong and free. So that's how you know you're walking God's path, because the thing is, us humans, a lot of us, I've been here in the past, I'm not right now, but in the past I have been addicted to suffering. And I've been reading In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts by Gabor Mate, and I've only read maybe 25 pages, but I've highlighted half of it because it's so good. If you're addicted to suffering, if you're addicted to pain, you do get stuck in the realm of hungry ghosts. And like, maybe it's like because like you can use like your addiction to suffering as a scapegoat to also be addicted to substances. Like, you can be like, oh, like the world is so fucked, like I need to go get like blackout drunk to cope with this, when really like the answer is to civilize your mind and make savage your body, and then you can cope with it. You don't need alcohol or substances or anything. So anyways, we're gonna see what Elvis the King has to say since he made an appearance. He says, you are king. You are the king or queen, or I don't know what the they them term for king or queen is. Actually, when Emma and I were at the theater, there was a preview for Superman, and I don't know, there was some sort of joke about something, and he's like, I can't even remember what he said, but he's like, I'm it or something, and I'm like, super them. Like, wait, they're gonna have non-binary superheroes soon. I could see that. Never let reality stand in your way. So my good friend Justin reminded me of this recently, actually. Like, the reality, like the 3D, ego-based. So if you are living in a state of fear, your life experience is just gonna be like a mirror of that until you finally realize the pattern and say, oh fuck, like I'm keeping myself stuck in this chamber of suffering. Or you can choose to see like the greatness and the possibility and everything, and then you can create like a magical safe space for yourself. Always keep heaven on speed dial. Elvis is part of my divine roster of besties. Obviously, he's the first dead person I channeled knowingly. I've been doing it a lot longer unknowingly. Kurt also hangs with me sometimes. We're all in this mess together, so we may as well make some noise. That feels a little bit let's get together and feel all right coded, if you ask me. Don't become your own tribute band. So like, don't look back at like how great you were. Like, don't think like, oh, I peaked in high school or whatever, and then just like live your life in service or like as a tribute to who you were in high school. Like, who are you in this present moment? Who can you be? You know, like, just like, don't give up on yourself so easily. You can't buy teen spirit, so you have to keep yourself youthful. And yeah, I'm aging backwards. I don't know. I'm trying to get more people to tap in. More people have been, actually. Like, that's one thing I said. I don't know if I talked about it on here or not, but like, oh my gosh, on Tumblr sometimes I will talk about how for a while now I felt like in the Simpsons movie when they have that dome over Springfield. Yeah, I felt like I had a dome over me for a while, and like I felt it slowly lifting for probably like, I don't know, like 6 weeks now. But yesterday, the dome is off. The dome is off, girl. And I don't really know what that means, but I'm just rolling with it. Grace Jones. Oh, I was listening to Move by Beyonce on my walk the other day. Learn to be your own sugar daddy. I have done that. I deny myself nothing. Honestly, it's a little bit of a problem, but not entirely. Like, it's like I am more, again, like I have bipolar, I'm unmedicated, but still, like, when I get paid, like, I pay my bills right away. And actually the other day I like checked in and I was like, okay, how much money do I owe like on my student loans, and like how much realistically can I pay on those a month, you know what I mean? Or just different, trying to be responsible with my pentacles, because you gotta be, even though I don't like to think that they're real. Harness the power of an unexploded bomb, always waiting, always ticking. So that is giving like, stay ready. There's no place quite like here. There's no better time than now. So just be here now and be receptive to whatever life is trying to give you. To ensure survival, prey must become hunter. So stay soft, get eaten. And you can think about that in a sexual way if you want to. Like, it's important to stay soft in your feminine energy, because then men will want to eat you because you will be so yummy delicious, but also it's important to stay dangerous because if you are too soft, you're gonna get eaten. I think that's kind of like the war on woke that they talk about. I have a lot of feelings about that I can't quite express properly right now. But very interesting to play out, even just like seeing just the traps that like people my age are stuck in. I have been calling a lot of people out for being incredibly negative lately, like concerningly negative. One person I'm mutuals with on Tumblr, they just made a whole post literally listing about 50 things they hate. And I saw that while I was on a patio eating tacos with my mom, and I reblogged it. I was like, okay, what do you love though? Because like, respectfully, this isn't doing anything. Like, you're losing the war on fear badly. And then, so they saw that, and then they reblogged it, and then they said, I love, and they listed a bunch of stuff they love, which is great. But when they reblogged it, they were just like, someone asked me what I love. I'm not someone. I need people to start giving credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually starting a movement over here. Like, I'm changing people's lives. I'm having influence, and like, I need credit for that. And another one of my mutuals also was just ranting about something kind of ridiculous, and I saw it, and I was like, okay, I think you need to recalibrate, bestie. And they agreed with me, because, I don't know, I can just, I know when I'm right, but I posted, oh my gosh, throat chakra. I posted something on my Tumblr, and it was like, what is that judgment of someone else telling you about like a repressed insecurity about yourself? You know what I mean? Summer's in the air. I'm hearing that High School Musical song, High School Musical 2, School's Out. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. You just have to believe that. I believe that. I really believe like anything is motherfucking possible. And I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just making myself ready. And you know how I do that? I walk 10,000 steps a day. Ask for what you want. So you have to know, we accept the love we think we deserve. Actually, I have like a post on my blog too. It's like a screenshot from like Desperate Housewives. And Ava Longoria's character, Gabriella, I think her name is, she's like, she's saying to someone, she's like, if I'm gonna give myself to you, you damn well better worship me. And some girl that follows me reblogged that, and they're like, oh my god, silly girl, like, they never will. And I reblogged it back, and I was like, not with that attitude. Like, we accept the love we think we deserve, shorty. We really do. Get that inside you. Like, if you're allowing people to treat you like shit, that's because that is what you are accepting. So ask for what you want. Know what you are worthy of. Let the universe and other people know what you need. Because if you just continue to settle, like, you know, like at work, like how I was saying, like, I'm being given like way too much. Like, if I were to just settle and like accept that and be like, oh yeah, I can do that, like, no, I can't do that. That's not normal for me. I can't afford to be that stressed out all the time. That's gonna take me off my shamanic game. I'm not gonna be a healer if I'm doing that, which actually this card, healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. Every situation, any situation. You just have to tap in. You have to put on the armor of God, I think is how Amanda Ellis worded it. Walk away from things that are not serving you. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. I think in one of my recent videos I talked about this. I kind of said like, just like, you know, when you clear out the things that aren't for you, then it's like you made the space and the universe can see like, oh, it's safe for me to land something here because there's nothing else that's gonna like throw it off. This is another High School Musical 2 lyric. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. I don't know if that's exact, but it's very fabulous coded. You finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. I believe that. Like I said, I've been going through this like process of retrieving myself at every age over the past year or so, and again, like ever since I'm almost that 26-year-old me, I'm like, I'm ready to go to the chapel and get married. Well, I mean, there's like one person I would like to do that with, but if he's not ready, then I'm like, I can't wait forever, you know, like, love you to bits, but if it's not in this life, I guess I'll catch you in the next one. But like, I don't want it to be that way, but that's what just kind of how I have to act so that I can be stoic about it. Business venture. It's where this man is, he's busy, he's chasing the almighty pentacle, which, like, I respect it on some level, because as much as I'm like, oh my god, like, pentacles are annoying, I like the idea of a man wanting to provide for me. Like, I think that's an art that we've let die. We need to bring back provider men. We need to bring back men that do the little dancey dance and try to impress women. And that's actually the purpose of the divine feminine, is to inspire the divine masculine to rise up. And I think I talked about this in my distortions video, but it's like women being in a lower vibration, that makes it just more convenient for men to not have to rise up. So really, like, women, if you think you're doing the world a favor by being a lower version of yourself, like, you're not. And actually, I posted about this on my Tumblr, I heard Shiva on my walk this morning. Lord Shiva came to me and he said, men need women who feel good about themselves and feel good about life. I think people need people who feel good about themselves and feel good about life, but Shiva told me to tell you, men need women who feel good about themselves and feel good about life. And tomorrow people too, the children do. So business venture. So I guess, I don't know, this came out with like healing, healed, healer. So I'm not trying to like capitalize off of this, but like if I could quit my day job and just like start a show and just go be the new Anthony Bourdain, I would love that. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know, I'm feeling like I need a change. Emotional healing, lots of healing in the air. Do some research. I've been doing research for the last 12 hours. My brain is fried. Okay, we're just gonna pull some tarot cards. This is kind of just like a silly goofy video. Again, I haven't slept, but I'm committed to doing one video a week for you guys. Page of Cups. This is someone who is just learning how to be vulnerable, maybe. They feel maybe a bit silly goofy in their feelings, but they're still feeling them, and they're like someone who doesn't know how to swim. Like, actually, I had a vision the other day. Like, someone recently asked me, like, is there anything I'm actually afraid of? And I was like, no. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, if I were to go to, like, the leisure center or whatever, like, in my hometown, I don't know if I would be able to jump off, like, the highest diving board. Like, I don't know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, would I actually do that? Like, I've done some, like, crazy, I've gone ziplining, I've gone parasailing, I'm just, like, not really afraid of heights. Like, I've gone riding in a helicopter or whatever. The Empress. So the disparity between these, I think this is the divine feminine, and she inspires the masculine to rise up. So this is kind of my impact. Actually, I can't lie. Like, I do set the standard, or that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like, maybe I'm not for everyone, and I absolutely can't be. I don't have the energy to reply to everyone who messages me, nor do I want to. I spent my youth doing that. But I really do hope I set the standard. I hope that, like, even if, like, I'm not your future wife, like, you look at me and you're like, wow, like, I want a woman who loves life that much, who cares about the future that much, who is that on purpose, who is following her true north, and who is strong and motherfucking free. Not being a blindfolded motherfucker by the sea. This is how feminines are kind of acting right now. Like, they're just like, there's a scarcity mindset. They're afraid. And they're like, oh my god, like, everything's gonna hurt me. Like, I have to have all my defenses up. Like, I've been in this place before. I've been, like, seriously hurt by men in my life. But that, like, that was not my fault. But healing from it is my responsibility. You know? So I choose every day. I have a choice between this or this. Which one do I want to be? Which one looks happier, more healthy, and fruitful to you? This just looks like gray and depressing. But this, look at all the color here. She's thriving. She's got everything she needs. Okay. We'll get a few more cards, and then maybe I'll try to get some sleep. Probably not, though. I'll probably go sit on the deck and see. I saw an owl. I'm in my High Priestess era. See, when women are like this, men are like this. Men are like, oh, I have to do everything to please her because nothing pleases her. She's never satisfied. How do I make her happy? How do I make her happy? I have to bear all the burdens. And then that just puts 3 of Swords in everyone's heart unnecessarily. Then we're all suffering because people aren't taking accountability for their emotions. Like how, sorry you guys, I'm coughing so much. How I talked about this on Tumblr is like, when I was more like this, I used to be really insecure, right? And let's say, I had a boyfriend, right? And so it's like, okay, great, I have a boyfriend. That should mean that, like, I know that someone loves me, someone respects me, someone, like, wants to be in a relationship with me. But if I wasn't feeling good about myself, and let's say my boyfriend is busy and he can't give me attention, then I would make my lack of self-confidence his problem. Or I would project it onto another woman, or I would just, like, sit there and feel not good enough and always feel less than or whatever. And it's just all projection, because all I had to do to, like, reverse that situation was start taking accountability for my own feelings, my own energy, and start doing things for myself that make me feel good. And now I spend most of my time focusing, walking outside, working on my body. I look the best I've ever looked. Genuinely, I look so good, I feel so good. I'm so on purpose, right? And it's all because I'm not choosing to be this, which is, like, in fear. I'm fighting the war on fear. Fear is the worst. And then, see, this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is, like, the slowest new beginning, but it's, like, the most solid one in the tarot. So, like, in, like, an old earth, when I was like this, like, when I was in a scarcity mindset, like, I would want someone who would come to me in more of, like, an Ace of Wands, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of passion and, like, oh yeah, let's get this going right away. Whereas now, like, when you are a higher value woman, you want someone, not even just higher value woman, higher value person, like, you want someone who can meet you where you're at, right? So it's like, I don't want someone who just wants to, like, rush in and, like, boom, bam, like, whatever, like, we don't even know each other, and then we're gonna have some sort of, like, unstable, crazy, whatever. Like, I value, actually, like, someone who's willing to, like, take the time and, like, do the work, and, like, they become who they're meant to be, I become who I'm meant to be, and then whatever's meant to happen will happen. But there will always be that solid foundation, because it's two people who have each other. And it seems like a lot of relationships just don't have that these days. So you kind of have to let the universe decide. Like, if you are a conscious, awake human being, I think that you can tell when you're in relationships that have you feeling like this. When you're out in the cold, when you're suffering, there's a big difference between that and what's going to come up here. Yeah, see, that leaves you feeling 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. But the 5 is where change happens, right? So those relationships that you have in your life that do leave you feeling just out in the cold, not good enough, like, no matter how much you give, it's never going to be enough. Understand that that has nothing to do with you, and until the other person, like, the other half of that relationship, like, takes accountability for their own feelings, you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be stuck like this, giving so much of yourself. Or if you trust the process and you continue, so the Page of Cups, remember, he was like a little boy. The more you practice, the more confident you get, and then you grow into the Knight of Cups. And then the Magician. Mind freak. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, wait, actually, let's get one more of these. Ella Fitzgerald! You know what was stuck in my head real bad the other week? It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. What does she have to say? You are your own best teacher. So look to your own past experiences for inspiration and say, like, okay, what are some mistakes I've made? What were my biggest flops? How can I make sure I don't repeat those? What were my biggest successes? How can I duplicate those? That's what I do in my job as an editor. Nothing is more hard won than innocence. I don't really know what that means. Intuition beats experience. Yeah, actually, like, there are so many times in my life when, like, if I would have just trusted my intuition when I was like, that's a bad idea, then I could have just known that and saved myself so much pain and suffering. But I used to like to put my hand on the stove and get burned. I don't really do that anymore, thankfully. So, grateful to be here, grateful to be alive and thriving and happy and sexy, super sexy. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me for 25 minutes, you guys. Happy June. Set some goals for yourself, commit to yourself, okay? Bye.